Well, hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Shy-Bivia, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, thanks for stopping by and hitting that play button. But before you guys go anywhere, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so that whenever I post a new video, you guys will be the first to know. And trust me, you guys, this year I have tons of great content in store for you guys, so you don't want to miss out. Okay. But without any further ado, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about why and how I chose travel over my 9-to-5 job. And you guys are gonna want to stick around, okay? Because I know in the beginning you guys may be like, I thought she meant that, but just stick around, okay, for the full tea, all right? But in the meantime, you guys, make sure that you grab your wine, your kombucha, your tea, whatever floats your boat, because today's video is gonna be somewhat of a story time, okay? So keep watching. Alright, you guys, so a quick backstory. About 2 years ago, I used to work for a financial institution. So I did financial services for about 5 years. And I remember when I just started, I was like one of the youngest person there. I was like 19 or something. And honestly, it was a great start, it was a great company and all of that. I actually moved up pretty quickly. So I started as a teller, and then I got a promotion to be a loan processor. So I was like doing back office loans and stuff like that, home equities, auto loans, stuff like that. And then I got another promotion to be a financial service representative. So I was doing loans still, but other different like accounts and stuff like that. I had like a little bit more like responsibilities and stuff like that, and I did that for about 2 years, okay? And I'm just gonna say this, that backstory, right? I've always been the type of person who always had like just somewhat of a hustle mentality, or I would say that I do have an entrepreneurial spirit. Like I'm always looking to do something else like on the side. I remember I used to do meal prepping for people, so I would like meal prep vegan meals and juices and stuff like that. And you guys, at one point I had a whole like Google menu and everything where people could choose like their menu, what they would want, and I'll meal prep them and I'll have it delivered. And it was just something about that just gave me this fulfilling feeling. It just felt good doing something for myself, honestly. And I don't know if you guys, any of you can relate, but it's like, it's just a different feeling when, yes, you may have a great job or whatever, but it's just another feeling when you're able to do something for your own, when your vision, can actually come to fruition. So I was doing that for a while. After a while, it kind of became a little bit overwhelming, I won't lie, because I was kind of like doing it by myself and all of that. But honestly, like when I started, I was like kind of surprised about the amount of support that I had, and see, this is the thing that kind of reminds me of overall with life and just us trying to like pursue our goals or business or whatever. Other people sometimes believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and that honestly like taught me so much. That experience, that period of my life, that time frame. But honestly, I learned so much. I grew a lot from it. But just to fast forward a bit, during this time while working for this financial institution, when I first started there, I remember I was really just starting over my life, because I had just like, came to the U.S. and everything. I didn't have a car. I, had like a roommate and everything. And so I was doing that, and being at this company, so young, I was able to, accomplish a bit of things for myself. I was able to like buy a car. By the time I was 23, I bought my own house and everything like that, right? So everything was well and everything. And you guys, during that time too, I loved taking vacations. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. Like it's like almost every other month, like I was on vacation. And one of the things that I hated the most was like, because of my role, like my department, it's like you can only have so many people that go on vacation at the same time. So it's like if somebody else wants to go on vacation similar time that I want to go on vacation, but they're more senior, you know, my vacation request is going to get denied. And that's like, I hated that so much. But regardless, you know, travel was something that I just absolutely love doing. Okay, and I would always be like, you know, taking vacations and stuff like that. So there's this one particular time where friends and I, a friend at the time, she was like, you know, she was booking a trip, right, to Europe and stuff or whatever. I was like, oh, cool, you know, I'll go and stuff like that. So I honestly, if you know me well enough, I can be a little bit spontaneous as well. So I don't need to, it doesn't take me 2 months or 3 months or even a month, honestly, to plan for a trip. I'll literally be there tomorrow, okay, or like 2 weeks. I'm there. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm down, you know, let's go. So I booked my flight and everything. Y'all, I don't know how I did it, but I was able to find a super cheap round trip flight to Paris. It was like $300 and something, no kidding, okay, round trip Paris. Okay, yes, you heard that correctly. But anyway, long story short, so I booked that. Now I had some other things going on as at that time. I was like joining the Air Force as well and stuff, and I think I had to take off like vacation days like last minute, right? So I didn't have enough vacation days. Okay, to the story time. I've never really shared this story like, you know, publicly or anything like that. I think only a couple people know this, but anyway. So I had only a few vacation days left, or I don't think I had enough for the trip or something like that. But again, that was kind of like last minute that came up, had to do Air Force stuff, and I had already booked my trip, right? I bought my ticket, I put money into where we're gonna stay and all of that, right? And during this time, let me be honest as well, during this time, I was ready to call it quits at my job. Honestly, I was ready to call it quits. I've done it for 5 years. I was kind of really looking for something different. And so that's why at the time I was looking to join the Air Force Reserve, which I'm currently doing now as well as a reservist. And I just wanted to go into like, you know, traveling or just a different type of job that gives me a lot of flexibility where I can still pursue like my own business and stuff like that, but just have a lot more flexibility, right? Versus like a 9-to-5 job where you literally have to be, as a matter of fact, my job, it was more than a 9-to-5 job because I would have to be there before 9, and half the time I would have to stay back way after 5 p.m. if I'm like doing a loan closing or something like that, right? And then also at that time when I had bought my house, I had moved a little bit further, so I had like an hour commute to and from work. So I was at work for, you know, the majority of the day. By the time I'm done with work and I'm home, I just want to shower, you know, eat, relax, and go to bed and do it all again the next day. So after a while, it just became just monotonous, and, you know, I was just ready for something different. Okay. So back to the story. I had booked my flight, everything, reservation, and all of that, right, for the trip. Long story short, then I realized last minute that I did not have enough vacation days. So I tried to do the right thing. I spoke with my manager. I was like, hey, listen, it looks like I don't have enough vacation days. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, but I'm going on this trip. And my manager and I were kind of cool at the time. And, you know, he was like, you know, this is what you can do. You can get like a doctor's note or something, whatever. I was like, cool. So I tried to do that. I was kind of a little bit hesitant about it, but I was like, okay, cool. Let me try to do that, right? It was just like, I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was like 5 days, right? During that time as well, apparently he was out. And long story short, because if I go in full details, y'all, this video is going to be so long, okay? But long story short, it ended up going to HR. And I'm the type of person, at the time I had like my social media on like public and everything. And, you know, sometimes you kind of have to be careful too with things like that. Honestly, at the time I didn't really care because I'm going to get into that a little bit later. but it seemed like somebody within the company, like one of my social media, and saw me posting stuff and sent back and whatever. But long story short, it went to HR, right? Don't do this, you guys. Do not do this. If you love your job and you're not trying to get fired, and all of that, do not jeopardize your job by doing anything stupid like that. That was me, young, silly. I wasn't that young, but I was like 23, right? 23, 24. I'm 26 now. But yeah, I was like 23. I trusted that, hey, it's gonna work out. My manager say, hey, it's okay. I can just get a doctor's note, whatever, since I don't have enough vacation days. Like I said, I was trying to do the right thing, so I went ahead and spoke to my manager. But apparently, that wasn't sufficient. So anyway, it went back up to HR. It seemed like somebody from my, looked at my Facebook or whatever and sent pictures back to HR, that I was traveling to Paris and whatever. But long story short, while I was at the airport, I received some email about FMLA, that my FMLA has been filed and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I did not file FMLA. So I guess because I was going to be out for more than 3 days and I didn't have the vacation days or something like that is why they ended up filing FMLA and all of that, right? And backstory as well, this was in the month of January. I had gotten other job offers during that time to become a flight attendant. Also, I was in the process of writing my resignation letter, you guys. My intention was to resign in or to leave in February. So this happened in January, and I had every intentions of leaving in February. My plan was to, once I get back from my vacation, to hand them in my resignation letter. That was the whole plan, y'all. That was the entire plan, okay? So anyway, long story short, went on vacation, came back. Basically walked me up to HR and they were like, this is the situation, sorry, see you later, bye. So they fired me, right? And honestly, in that moment, I was a little bit, I don't know if I was shocked. I kind of felt it coming, especially when they sent that FMLA email to me. I think it's just my pride, honestly. The only regret that I have, honestly, is that I wasn't the one that actually left, right? Because like I said, I had my resignation letter all planned out and everything, planning on training the next person and all of that, y'all. I had an on point resignation letter, okay? But that was that. Honestly, guys, looking back, like, I have absolutely no regrets going on that trip. I definitely experienced some really cool things, and that's just a part of who I am. I can be a little bit spontaneous. I do love to travel. I do love being different places, seeing different things, and it's just something about it, like, I don't know, I just feel free, when I'm not just like stuck to a desk. I'm sure like everybody, who doesn't, like to travel, who doesn't like to not be at work, but it just was just always so freeing for me when I can experience a different country or just wherever. So that happened, and during that time, I basically had to hustle, guys, because at that time, honestly, and you guys are getting down into my business now, okay? But I'm okay with that because I can be an open book with some things, and I believe that some of the things that I share can just be a life lesson to some of you guys, and can just be inspiration as well to some of you guys, okay? Because I'm sure I'm not the first person who have gotten let go from a job, so during this time, I wasn't even eligible for like unemployment, I guess, because of what happened. So your girl had to grind, okay? So I was out here doing Lyft and stuff, and see, that's one of the things about me. Like, I am not afraid to be uncomfortable. I'm not afraid to try different things. I'm not afraid to go out there and just do what I need to do, the legal way. And so I was out there, I was doing Lyft and stuff, but let me tell you something, okay? that time, I couldn't tell you the last time I felt so much peace, okay? Because I was doing everything on my own time. I was waking up on my own time. I was doing Lyft on my own time. So I had a set schedule. You know, I would get up like around a certain time, like around 4, and I would do Lyft from around 4 to 10 a.m. And then I would like go to the gym, and I would like spend like 2 hours at the gym. And at the time, I went to a gym that had like a steam room, a sauna, had a jacuzzi, a pool, and all of that. And it was just so nice to be able to work out and experience all of that. Like before, like if I was doing the gym after work, I would only really give myself an hour, so I wouldn't really get the time to like experience all, you know, the luxury of the gym and all of that. And honestly, I was in a good mental space at that time, and it was just very therapeutic to be able to, you know, just work out, just, you know, spend as much time as I felt like I needed at the gym. And you realize that it's the little things. It's just the little things, guys, literally. To be able to set your own schedule, wake up when you want to, spend as long as you want in the gym, you know, make all your meals, prepare all your meals. It's just those little things. And I enjoyed it a lot. And I was like, man, I think I want my life to be more of this. So backstory, during that time also, I was waiting to start my flight training, which began in April. Okay, so this was now February. So I had February, March, and sometime in April. Okay, so I had to basically create my own income during that time, and bills were still being paid. And I was like, wow, like it just shows you. And during that time, what I really learned was that, like, you know, God is our ultimate resource. Okay, like He is the ultimate resource. You may think it's your job, you may think it's this and that, but I'm telling you, He knows how to make a way out of no way. Literally, it may sound cliche and whatever, but I am telling you, during that time, I have learned that. Also, during last year, during COVID, I have learned that as well. You know, when I took leave and everything from my job and everything, I learned that. I was like, wow, bills are still being paid and all of that. You know, money is still being saved. You know, stuff like that. So don't be discouraged. You may be in a season right now where you don't have a job, or you got let go, or, you know, you're on the verge of, I don't know, potentially maybe like losing everything or whatever. But just know that there is always a way. And sometimes if it means being uncomfortable for a season, it's okay. Sometimes you just have to be uncomfortable to get to where you want to get to. So I can be a little bit chatty. I don't want to go, you know, all over the place, but I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. Okay, so anyway, long story short, I did that. I was, you know, pretty much self-employed for those. Oh, and I also went back to meal prepping too. So I was also meal prepping for people. I was doing like plant-based meals and juices and having it delivered to people as well during that time. And like I said, it was really fulfilling just knowing that I was doing, you know, something for myself. I've always been entrepreneurial minded. I just love the idea of having something else for myself, because you never know. You just never know. Just like what happened with my job. Oh, also, I was actually doing Lyft while I had that job too. So in between, when I had the time off or any extra time, I would go ahead and do Lyft, and that created extra income for me as well. So right when that happened, I just easily just kind of like went back into it, but instead of part-time, was pretty much doing it like full time. So fast forward to April, I went to flight training to become a flight attendant, because like I said, I absolutely love traveling, and there's nothing like getting paid to do that, to get paid to travel. And fortunately, I was hired with one of the best, airlines. And so this was 2019, okay? This was 2019, fast forward. Was this? I had bought my house in 2018, got let go in like January 2019, and was like self-employed, February 2019 to about like April, right? And then I went to flight training, and then June I started doing that and all of that while I also was in the Air Force Reserve. So I did that for a while. Fast forward 2020, 2021, I started my own mobile notary loan signing agent business. So I did that, and my husband and I, we also started a short-term rental business. We have our LLC and everything, our business accounts and all of that, and we do that, you know, for ourselves. And technically, when we think about it, we could actually use that as or actual income with our short-term rental business, and I can do loan signings full-time, and that can be my full-time income and not work for anyone. But during this time, I actually do love what I do. I love flying. I love being paid to fly and work when I choose to work, kind of, sort of, and not work when I don't want to work, you know. And you know, it's great. It's just a lot more flexible than what I used to do. It's just so much more flexible. It again allows me to pursue, you know, my other businesses and all of that. And even being a flight attendant, it allows me to network a lot with other people. I meet a lot of people. It's great, you know, it's great. Can't beat it. And I don't, like I said, I have absolutely no regrets. And it's like, when I think about it, it's like, regardless whether or not my job fired me, I still wouldn't have been there anyway, because like I said, I was planning on quitting the next month. But I guess it's just a pride thing, you know. You want to be the person that walks away. It's kind of like a relationship, right? So yeah, it's one of those things. You know, it didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way, and it may not happen that way for you. It may not have happened that way for you, but it's okay. You know, look past that. It's all good. Everything happens for a reason, and you know, every season is for a reason as well. So don't be discouraged if you are in a similar situation, or in a similar season, because good is gonna come from it. At that time, I wouldn't have known that now I would have a short-term rental business. I didn't know at that time that I would, you know, be working for myself as a loan signing agent. And when you think about it, so like that job kind of prepared me, you know, even for this business as a mobile notary loan signing agent, because I was kind of like, if you watch some of my previous videos, how basically I became a notary loan signing agent by accident. Well, technically, because I was just kind of like forced to be a notary at that, you know, company, and I have, you know, so much loan experience with what I used to do. I did home equity loans and all of that kind of stuff, so I kind of have, you know, had that background. If you are trying to pursue becoming a mobile notary loan signing agent, please do know that you do not need any prior experience in loan signings or even becoming a notary at all. That's something that you can be trained on in the process. I've done previous videos as well in regards to this, how you become a mobile notary loan signing agent. I've done videos on how you can get companies to, you know, reach out to you. So basically what I do is, you know, escrow companies, title companies, they reach out to me as an independent contractor whenever they need a mobile notary to do loan documents. And I'm not talking about $5 and $10, guys. I'm not talking about the minimum notary fee, okay? I'm talking about, just go watch my previous videos, okay? How much you are able to make per loan signing, okay? You make bucks, all right? So that's what I'm saying. If you do this business, you know, full time, you can have full-time income, okay? But just go ahead, like I said, and watch my previous videos, and to learn more, if you want to learn more about mobile notaries or loan signing agents, to be more specific. So yeah, that's my story. That's how I technically chose travel over my 9 to 5, technically because I chose to be a flight attendant over my job, and I chose vacation over my job, you know. So that's my story. That's where I'm at now. I'll be doing a lot more videos on short-term rentals, how you can get into that, how you can start your short-term rental business. I now have my short-term rental business on Automate. I have a lot of gems to share with you guys, so if you want to see more, more videos, more content like this, because I'll be sharing a lot more business related content, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button and the subscription button as well, so that you guys don't miss out on any new content. Anyway guys, I don't want to be too chatty in this video, but if you guys have any questions about anything at all, just let me know. Hit me up in the comment section below, and just be inspired. Okay, be inspired, and just know that you don't have to have it all together to start. So if you have that business idea, that business plan, don't just sit on it and dream on it and write about it. Yeah, you want to kind of plan, that's okay, but you don't have to have it all perfect and all together before you start. Okay, just start, take that step, and just remember as well that every step that you take is going to lead you towards that goal. Okay, and it's okay, honestly, it's okay if you fail. Okay, because I would say that I have failed in the past, but that has taught me a lot of things, and it may not be just a lesson to you, so consider those failures a lesson. Okay, not only to yourself but also to others. Okay, just remember that in order for fruit to be produced, you have to plant a seed. You guys. And even if you plant the seed in the wrong season, just plant it again in the next season. Be inspired. Again, it was your girl Shy-Bivia. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's grow businesses together, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Bye bye.